Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have a flip through today of this Chinese coloring book that I purchased recently from AliExpress. The title that I am going to use on this coloring book is Costume Party, and that's because that's what is written. I don't know if you can see it at the top. I've also seen this coloring book called Costume Ball, Rococo Fashions, Masquerade Party. So it's under quite a few different titles. And I know I'm pretty sure the illustrator on this is Dada Mao. So this is the front of it. It's beautiful. Just the whole presentation is beautiful, and there's like some gold foiling on it that just makes it so lovely. I know that there is a bit of a glare. I have two lights on today because it's kind of gloomy and stormy out, so I put a second light on. So there might be a little bit of shadow, but hopefully it won't be too bad for you. So this is the back of it. It did get bent a little bit. You can see here in shipping, but it doesn't have a crease in any of the pages. And then also in this top corner here, I have a little bit of a crease, but nothing that is going to ruin the integrity of any of the coloring pages. So that was good. I have seen this book. The first time I saw this book was a few years ago. I absolutely loved it. And then I never purchased it, and I kind of forgot about it, and then every once in a while I come across it again, and I was browsing AliExpress because I was looking for those little mini coloring books, the Chinese coloring books by Dada Mao. And when I said this, I'm pretty sure this is by Dada Mao. I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive if it is, but I think it is. If you know differently, please let me know. I searched around for an author, or I'm sorry, an illustrator, and the only one that I kept seeing in association with this title was Dada Mao, but I don't know that for certain. It does have two inserts in it. This is like a glossy insert here. You unfold it, and it has the ladies on the staircase, and they're in their undergarments, and here's a picture on the back, and then here is a page of stickers, and you can put them on those ladies if you want to, or do something else with them, whatever you please. Let me put these aside. So this book is written all in Chinese, as far as I know. It is pretty much like all the other Chinese coloring books I have, where the pages are sewn in like so, and this is done so that the book can lay flat while you're coloring it. That makes it really nice, and the pages don't fall out. So hopefully you're going to be able to see these good. I know there's a shadow when I move my hand, but I'll try to not have it bother anything. Not really sure what any of this says. I don't know what it says, so I'm not even going to begin to say what I think it is. We have thumbnails here of all the illustrations, kind of in silhouette there, and another page of writing here with some images that you can color. And then we start getting into the coloring book itself. And now, what's neat about this book is the image that's to the left is the same as the image to the right, except in full, it's miniature, but it shows the dress or the gown in full size. So I really like that because, number one, if you wanted to use just pencils on the main image, you would have no bleed through, and you could color on this page to the left also. But what I really like about it is because sometimes in books like this, where the illustrations can get a little bit busy or convoluted, you're not sure what's what. What is the skin? What is the arm? What is the dress? What is the glove? What is the background? You know what I mean? And I like the dress being shown here because that kind of helps, I think, with that, being able to tell what's what. So, but like I said, and it's like that on every page, so that you can use markers or wet mediums, whatever you want. And if it does bleed through, it's not going to matter because it's not going to ruin another image on the back side unless you want to color those little silhouette images. So these are all just so beautiful. They're just really, really, really pretty. There is a good chance that you may hear my cat Frank. Right now he is, we're having some difficulties, excuse me, regulating his insulin. He's a diabetic, and he's also a senior cat. He's 15, and the last 2 weeks we've really been struggling with getting his insulin regulated. His sugar keeps going high and going low, and we're trying to adjust the insulin, and it's just become very difficult. So he's kind of off right now, and he takes these spells where he's walking through the house just like he sounds like he's dying. He's really up and down and all around and moaning and groaning and wailing. So please be sure that if he does come through, he's fine. He's just being very vocal right now. So you can see, like, these illustrations, they're really, really intricate in some of them, but you don't have to color in all the tiny spaces if you don't want to. And then kind of like the backgrounds are a little bit lighter than the actual image in the foreground, whatever. But you can see that why I was kind of hesitant, because even though this is so beautiful, I was just like, it's going to be so complicated. Am I up to this? But I really love it. I think it's so full of these gorgeous, gorgeous costumes and these dresses and these ladies and all these little details. I mean, like, look at this painting back here on this, on that. I mean, it's just kind of, like, wow. And the line art is not super dark on all of it. I mean, even though in the front it's a little bit darker than what's in the back, it's still not thick, heavy black line art. So, you can see this is a little bit darker than the background, but even still, it's not thick, it's not heavy. But I think once they're done, they're going to be beautiful. I think this might be my favorite one out of the whole book. I really, really, really like this one. I love everything about it. It's just absolutely beautiful, I think. That one's pretty too. And they're all pretty. This one reminds me of a Russian princess. I mean, look how intricate the scepter is that she's holding. These are all just so pretty. And again, I'll remind you, not that you've forgotten, but you have the full size, the dress shown in full without being in a seated position or anything over on this side, so you can always get a idea of what it's supposed to look like. I like this one too. She's kind of got a look to me like an evil queen. I don't know, there's something about her face that a little bit cruel. She's playing poker. She got her poker chips down at the bottom, down here. I like this one a lot too. This is one of the ones I like to color first, and I really like the illustration of the full-length dress. It's very pretty. Oops. It did take about a month for me to get this book from the time I ordered it until it arrived. I thought that was pretty good, This one is very sketchy, I think, and faint. It's kind of more complicated than the others, but still beautiful. Look at that. That one's really pretty too. I like this one a lot too. Here's what the full-size outfit looks like. I do love how the books lay flat when they're bound this way. I really, really like that. Here's a little steampunk image. The paper is pretty decent. It's definitely higher quality than, like the Amazon Create Space paper. I would say it's like a medium paper. It's definitely not cardstock, and it will buckle with water mediums. You could always treat it with something ahead of time, or if you don't mind the buckling, then go for it. I think this one is one of the ones that would be more complicated. That one's really pretty too. I know that's going to be a popular one. I started following the hashtag #DadaMao on Instagram so that I could see other colorist versions of the books I've purchased by her and just kind of get, inspiration and help to not be so intimidated by them. Getting closer to the end now. Oh, and that's the last one. So this is the Costume Party coloring book from, I believe, #DadaMao, and I did purchase it on AliExpress, and I will leave a link to it if it's still available through the seller that I purchased it from. I actually have 2 books on the way currently from AliExpress, and also 2 books on the way from 70 East Books right now, and I'm very excited to get both of those, or all 4 of those too. I have decided that I'm going to start filming more flip-throughs of coloring books. I do have some on my channel, but not nearly as many as books as I have in my collection, and I do not plan on filming a flip-through of every book that I have in my collection, but I've decided that I just want to include more flip-throughs because we're always up on the current coloring books, the new coloring books, what's coming, and we kind of forget about what's already out there. So it's kind of nice to go back and take a look at titles that have been released from a couple years ago, and see things in people's collections and just go through that way. And also because I've noticed myself, I kind of enjoy watching coloring flip-throughs. Sometimes when I have to do something that only takes a few minutes, like I'm doing my skincare routine at night, or I'm sleepy and I'm ready for bed, but I'm not quite ready to fall asleep yet, I'll watch a flip through. Maybe it's 3, 4, 10 minutes long, and then I am ready for sleep after the time, by the time the video is finished. So I've decided to create a playlist of just adult coloring book flip throughs, and I'm going to get started on that, work on that the rest of August and in September. So that's something I have going on and planned. So let me know what you guys think of that. Thank you so much for watching. Check the description section below because I will leave a link to that if it's still available from the seller that I purchased this from. And I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.